Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show. Just ahead, a great guest lineup including Adrian Espinosa and the Mexico auto scene. We're also going to talk to John Metrick about the National Electric Drag Racing Association. Yep, it's here and it's fast.
And quiet.
Mr. Mars reviews the Hyundai Elantra.
Yay.
We gaze longingly into our weekly events calendar. And we'll have the stories making auto news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on today's In Wheel Time car show for Saturday, March 13th, 2020. Howdy to you, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zekin over there in the corner. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today. Let's go right to Mexico, shall we?
Okay.
Let us now talk to Adrian Espinosa. Adrian, hola.
Hello, how are you doing?
Well, we're doing great, and it's great to have you with us. It looks like the weather is stunning there. Where in Mexico are you?
I'm in Monterrey, Mexico.
Monterrey.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You say ole for Monterrey.
Oh, Don, don't stop.
I'm sorry, it was there. I had to go with it. So I have to ask you about the Mexican auto scene. You know, it's always been kind of a mystery to many of us. We see what happens here with the Tex-Mex brand of the auto scene, but we really don't know where it all is today in the country of Mexico. So let's ask you, what is the latest thing? What's the hottest deal going? And you know, there's this stigma, if you will, about lowriders. Well, to me, that's more of a Tex-Mex thing. Are lowriders the big thing there?
No, actually, it's not.
Well, tell me what is the thing there as far as the auto scene? Do you guys have cruise-ins there?
Yeah, we have cruise-ins, and we have kind of a mix-up. People like classic cars, American cars, European cars, Japanese cars. So there's a little bit for everyone, you know. Personally, I prefer American cars, like the Mustang or the muscle cars. That's what I like, personally.
And so when you go to a cruise-in, what is typically there? Clearly there's all kinds of makes and models, but is there one that
stands out above the rest?
Yeah, there's more prominent?
Probably the Mustang or the Porsche.
Or the Porsche.
Or the Porsche.
Yeah.
Porsche.
So are the Mustangs, are they sold direct to consumer in Mexico, or are they brought in?
Yeah.
Oh, they are sold direct.
They're sold directly by Ford de Mexico.
Okay.
So you can go straight ahead to the dealership and buy one.
And one of the other cool things about Mexico is they sell vehicles there that you can't get in the States.
Yes.
So, some of the vehicles you can find there are really, really creative and different than what we can get here in the States.
Well, let's face the fact. I mean, a lot of American cars are built in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, huge factories. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have European brands like Seat, which is not for sale in the United States, or Peugeot, that's not for sale in the United States either.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting because we have a cool mixture of brands that usually you don't see everywhere, you know.
Do you have a lot of hot rods, or what we would consider hot rods there, cars that have been souped up, modified, increased horsepower, that sort of thing?
We have, but it's not the most common thing. It's most usually people restore them to the original specs.
Okay.
But we have them too.
And part availability there to do like classic American muscle cars of the 60s and 70s, parts are somewhat available down there?
Yeah, we have parts available here, and most of the people who can afford them imports them from the United States.
Okay.
How
directly.
funny. You wouldn't think that. You'd think it'd be just the opposite way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. The typical suppliers of aftermarket parts, they order from the United States and have it shipped down there. Yeah. Do you have hot rod shops? You know, all of our hot rod shops here have closed and everything is gone online. Do you find that the case there in Mexico too?
Yeah, it's the same case in Mexico. We don't have car shows right now. It's against the law, actually.
No, I was referring
Because
to
of this
car.
pandemic thing.
Yeah, no, I was referring to car shops, aftermarket shops.
Customizing
Oh,
shops.
aftermarket shops. We have aftermarket shops, but they're open like normally they do.
Okay, so they're still blowing and going.
Yeah.
So, is that your car behind you?
This is my car.
Well, show
My
it to
Mustang.
us. There we go.
Okay, so you,
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, you may be.
I'm sorry, what?
yeah,
the
I was just
camera.
going to say. So
There you are.
What?
It's
what
a bit dirty. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's all right. So it's a fairly late model Mustang. What year is that?
It's 2003.
2003.
Very good.
Yeah, and you got custom wheels on there. What else have you done?
No, it's actually all original. They're
Those
factory-
wheels are original.
On the GT, it looks like
Yeah.
it's the
Oh,
bullet.
I
the
see.
bullet
Yes,
wheel.
I see now. Yes, they are original. Okay.
They're original. The interior is all originals as well.
Uh huh.
It's a low mileage car. It's like 82,000 miles.
Oh wow. So what are the laws there about modifying a car? And as far as here in the United States, it's about state inspection and passing all of the laws, even after a car is modified, still has to meet the emission standards of when the vehicle was built. How does that work in Mexico if people do some vehicle modifications?
It all depends on where you live. If you live in Monterrey, you can do practically wherever you want.
Okay.
If you live in areas like Mexico City or the surrounding areas, you have to have your vehicle inspected first for emissions. But that's because there's like 25 million people living in that place. So it's the pollution, it's an issue over there.
Oh, yeah, very much
Yeah,
so.
we have the same thing here because here in Houston they've got a different
Inspection
standard
law
than
you
what
do.
I have 100 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's
so
the same.
so are you a member of a Mustang club there?
Yeah, I'm the Auto Club Pistones, Auto Club Pistons. That's my club, my car club. And Mustang Club of Monterrey, Club Mustang Monterrey.
Okay.
They are both my car clubs.
And how many members in each of those clubs?
Piston Club have like 48 people.
Uh huh.
And the Mustang Club of Monterrey like 30, 35. Something
Okay.
like that.
Cool.
That's a good size.
Yeah, last week we had the Italian Mustang Club
Yeah.
on from Italy, and that was pretty cool as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
but something special about these clubs is like people usually own like I own personally 2 cars, but people own like 15, 20 cars between Porsches, Audis, and
Oops.
Nissan GTRs, and
Lost you. There you are.
Oh, so
yeah,
so it's
my
not
battery is dying. I'm sorry.
so some pretty high dollar cars as well in their collection.
Pretty high dollar cars as well.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
high end restorations.
now, do you have a car event that you're going to go to today?
No, actually, I'm visiting some friends. That's why I only have this car here, and my other car is in my house.
So
It's a '99 Mustang as well, like this one, but it's a red one.
okay.
Oh.
And so do you have any car events coming up that you plan to attend?
No, we don't have events. It's banned because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'd said earlier
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
against the law right now in Mexico.
But now-
and is that countrywide? It's against the law, or is that
It is
local
Monterey,
as well?
Just local, Monterrey.
Okay.
Okay.
What building are you standing out in front of?
This is just a building. It's a gym, actually.
Oh, very interesting
But it's
architecture.
Yeah, it's pretty typical Mexican architecture, but it's really nice.
I was going to say it's very pretty there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's pretty.
Yes. So, do you have any other plans for your Mustangs as far as modifications to them?
No, I prefer them original specs.
Pure stock.
Yeah.
Pure
So,
stock,
do
yeah.
do you change the oil, change the air filter, and do the all
The
of the maintenance
on
to
or
it?
do you bring it
I do it
someplace?
myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Usually.
And are you pretty fastidious about it? I mean, do you do it right on time like you're supposed to?
Yeah. Usually, I don't drive this car very much, so I usually change the oil like once a year. But it's sometimes as low as 800 miles
So
in the whole year.
in Mexico, are you guys on ethanol based fuel, or are you still on pure gasoline?
We still have pure gasoline in some stations and some ethanol in other ones. They tell you how much is in the fuel.
Yeah, because I know if the car's not tuned for ethanol, depending on how much ethanol you put in it, can kind of make the drivability go away a little bit.
Yeah.
You speak very good English. Are you dual citizen? How did you get to be so proficient in English?
Just on my school. That's all I have learned so far. I have friends in the United States like Randy Weldon and Manny Sainz in McAllen, Texas, and many other friends, but I haven't been living there actually.
So you follow Randy on social media?
Yeah, we met on social media, and I shared with him the story of my car, which is pretty interesting. I can tell you if you want to. But
yes, we'd love to hear it.
Please do.
Well, this car was built in January 24, 2003. And I was born January 24, 1985. The story behind this car is the day I turned 18, I told my mother I wanted a black Mustang. She couldn't afford it. She told me, he hugged me and said, I can afford it, but if I could, I'd buy it to you. My mother passed away in 2010. And in 2012, I was looking for a car because I was driving a 2003 Chevy Impala, but I didn't want the car anymore. And I was looking for a Mustang, and my brother had one, but it was involved in an accident. I couldn't find one, and my brother called me and said, hey, you know what? My boss is selling a black Mustang. I said, you know what? I'm interested. And I called him, and he said, you know, man, I sold it just yesterday.
Oh, no.
I was okay. I was looking for a car, and I couldn't even find one. And about a month later, he called me back and said, you know, the guy who was supposed to buy it took it back and didn't buy it. So I get somehow emotional with this. And I bought the car, but somehow I felt it was something special with this car.
Wow.
And about a year later, I was washing the car because I washed it myself. And I saw the VIN number and the build date, which was January 2003. And I was like, it's my birthday, close my birthday. And so I went a little deeper and found out that this car was the day I turned 18, the day I asked my mother for a black Mustang. And the day I found out, I was in my computer, and I have some of her music still on my computer. And I looked at her picture and said, Mom, you sent it to me?
How cool.
And I just started crying because her music started playing in the Windows Media Player.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
What a great
Very
story.
cool.
Very good story.
A car you will never get rid of.
No, that's why it has an 18 number right here.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
For your 18th
it's upside down.
birthday.
I'm sorry.
No,
it
you're
worked.
good.
No,
You're good.
Okay. And that's why it has an 18 number, because that's what it means.
Oh, what a great
Not
story.
everybody
Very
knows that.
good.
But that's the story of the car.
Very good.
What a great story. And,
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
sent it from heaven.
do you live close to the gym there?
No, actually, I'm at my friend's house, and he lives a couple of blocks away from here.
Okay. And I assume that you guys have plans this evening in the Mustang?
Yeah, we're gonna have a cruise in the highway and see how's it going.
So that at this point in Mexico, that's the only way, or at least in Monterrey, that's the only way you can guys can gather is going and driving around, because they're not going to let you park and hang out.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool. That's what we do here too. We go on these, what was it, the forest cruise, and going cruising down to the beach and stuff. So how cool is that?
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, Adrian, it is a pleasure to meet you. You know, I just have to say that this Randy Weldon guy, he sure does get around a lot. And, last week it was Italy. This week it's Mexico. I'm thinking maybe the North or the South Pole for our next
we need
interview.
Russia.
He's looking for Australia.
Is he Australia?
Yeah.
I think the Russian thing would be probably more interesting, don't you?
Yeah, but if you follow Randy, you get lots of pictures of his dog Danny.
Yeah.
and the life of Danny. So, but thanks, Randy. We love
it's
you.
the Ford Mustang that ties it all together. I mean,
So-
that's how the camaraderie is
I'm a
built.
dog lover too, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you need to be sure and tell all of your friends that you were on the In Wheel Time Car Show today, and
Sure.
get them to like us and follow us.
And we're going to podcast this, and I'll make
It'll
sure
be on
we.
Thursday. Is whenever the podcast will hit out.
Okay,
So-
so you'll be on the podcast on Thursday's podcast. So keep that in mind and tell all of your friends. And we look forward to being connected with your circle of car friends down there in Mexico, so we can stay in touch and keep up to date with what's happening in the Mexico car
Absolutely.
scene.
And what a wonderful story about the car and your mom. That was
It's very touching.
very
yeah.
very emotional.
We sure appreciate it. It's great to talk to you. Have a wonderful day. It looks like the weather is great down there at Monterey, and we hope to touch base with you again.
Enjoy your cruise.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You do the same.
You too.
Adrian Espinosa.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Very
Another
cool.
good little story.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Randy, because we know you're out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, he's listening.
Yeah, no matter where he is.
Always listening.
He's always
He's lurking.
listening.
Yeah, he's a lurker.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Last hour, because we're so enthralled with the conversion guy, we kind of
Trimmed out a few things. That's okay.
yeah. And I was thinking that maybe perhaps we could do your Conrad's Car Clinic.
Sure. Well, one of the things, everybody gets a little concerned with is what do you do when your car overheats? So the red light comes on and your car is overheating. Maybe there's some steam or something coming out from under the hood. Really, it doesn't happen nearly as often today as it did in the past. And a lot of the reasons for that are most all of the cooling systems are electric fans as opposed to back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, where it was a belt-driven fan, and when the fan would stop, the car would overheat. Well, one of the other reasons is now the material that the hoses are made out of are totally different than they were in the past. So hoses don't quite wear out and fail the way that they used to. So all of the car manufacturers have done more and more things to try and minimize cars from overheating. But if it does overheat while you're driving, the best thing you can do is pull over to the side of the road on the shoulder, be safe, turn the car off immediately, but leave the key on and turn the heater on and the fan on so that you're blowing a little bit of cold, or you're blowing a little bit of outside air over the heater core, because that's going to try and help cool whatever liquid's left in there. So once you
But the liquid isn't moving.
but still, it's cooling it, and it's going to move just because of thermal differences. The heat's always going to be drawn to the cool side of things, so it's
Gotcha.
always going to be trying to draw some heat out of it. So if the car is steaming, don't open the hood. Wait till all that steam is kind of settled down a little bit, and then you can pop the hood open. Don't touch anything, because generally cooling systems not only are hot, but tend to be under pressure. And it may be 10, 15 pounds of pressure under there, and when they overheat,
be under
It'd be like
it'll
a
be little bit
volcano
more.
if you
Right.
bust that thing
Yeah,
open.
if you open it at the wrong time, it's bad. And then, look at there's generally what's called an overflow tank under the hood, and it's like a little clear, opaque plastic reservoir that should have some coolant in it and a line on it that says full cold or full hot. Look and see if there's any liquid in that. Don't open it up, because a lot of vehicles today, that overflow tank is pressurized as well. So again, you want to wait till the thing's cool, call roadside assistance, get yourself towed off the road. Don't think you can drive it an extra 5 or 6 miles just to get home, because then you go from an overheated car to a catastrophic engine failure. Because you'll see sometimes as engines overheat, and so many engines today are aluminum as opposed to cast iron, things change size and shape when they overheat, lock up, and then you're going to go from fixing an overheated engine to replacing a catastrophic engine failure. If you have some water or something that you can add, once things cool down and you can start touching stuff, if you're going to open anything, open it extremely slowly and listen to hear whether or not there's any pressure releasing as you're opening it. If there is, just kind of stop and ask for help. But if it is something you can open, go ahead and just start adding water to it and see what happens. You want to take a look and see, is there any water leaking or is there any liquid leaking out from underneath your vehicle? Now remember, you're always going to have a little bit of clear water is going to leak basically at the feet underneath the car of the passenger side, and that's just the air conditioning condensation that drains out, and that's normal. But really, there shouldn't be anything else leaking. But you always want to be careful when your car overheats as to how you address under hood so that you don't hurt yourself, because all that pressure and all that temperature is going to tear you up pretty quick.
I have witnessed guys getting terribly burned and hospitalized. It's so bad.
Because it's steam.
Boiling water.
Well, steam is actually hotter than boiling water, and it will immediately blister you. And, if you get to a third-degree burn, that's hospitalization. But thanks to technology today, cars don't overheat as much as they used to. But if you do find yourself in that situation, I just want to make sure you know how to handle it. Don't jump under there and pop the hood, because you don't know if that steam's coming out because something's spewing a stream of steam, and don't open things up until things cool down.
It's time now for this hour's car review, and Mr. Mars has the 2021 Hyundai Elantra. Are we going to put up the old Hyundai logo to start off this review?
Probably not. So we're talking about the Hyundai Elantra. We had the limited trim. Now, this vehicle it's a compact sedan, but it doesn't feel like a compact sedan. They've actually made several changes in it. You can get it in 3 trim levels, the SE, the SEL, and the limited that we had. This year, they're introducing a new called the Inline to kind of go along with the hybrid. But again, we had the limited. Now, this is the compact sedan that's got coupe-like styling. If you look at it and you look at the body lines that go down it, it is basically a coupe.
I like this car.
It looks really cool. It's got this nice new cascading grille that kind of rolls into the LED headlights on it. They've made this thing actually 2.2 inches longer this year. It's an inch wider, and they've lowered it almost 3/4 of an inch down. So it's got a little different perspective on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, to go along with the grille and the headlights and everything, it's got a sunroof on it. Now, it rolls on some 17-inch wheels, which is kind of, in this day and age of 20s and 22s, but 17 inches is a nice size for a nice driving vehicle. So it's got this really nice stylish look to it. Now, if you go to the interior, it's got the leather seating in it. It's got a 60/40 fold-down rear seat. It's got the console with the cup holders on it. It's got, now, one thing I noticed about this one, the limited edition. So it's got a built-in nav system in it. So it's got the wireless, the other trims, the SE and the SEL. You want to hook up to your Apple CarPlay or your Android, wireless, boom, it's there. Bluetooth hooks it. But because this has a built-in nav system, you actually have to wire it in to be able to use the Bluetooth, which I thought that was kind of a strange setup. I mean, to use the CarPlay and things, just a little touch thing. So it's got the 10.25-inch touchscreen. It's got all your convenience controls where you're going to find your nav and everything. There's a 10.25-inch screen for the driver for all those controls.
Decent-sized screen.
Both of them very nice, very easy to read, very accessible with things. We had the Bose audio with the subwoofer and 8 speakers in it, so it really sounds cool inside there. Of course, we got the wireless charging for the Apple and the Android.
Jimmy Buffett and a Hyundai.
Well, I mean, you can crank up some serious tunes in this thing. Now, one thing I did was reading on it, they made the trunk, it's got a little bit smaller. I mean, it's only like 0.2 cubic feet smaller, but because of the way they expanded the interior to get a little more leg room in the rear seat here, that it just kind of, they took up a little bit of the trunk space in it, which really isn't too bad because it's not a lot of space. Now, you get off under the hood to really roll this thing and to make it go. It's got the 2.0-liter 4-cylinder. Now, it's only got 147 horsepower, and I say only. It does produce 132 pound-feet of torque, and it's backed by a CVT, but it's more than ample for a car of this type and of this size. And it gets you the EPA rating of 31 in the city, 41 on the highway. And so the combined on it's like 35, which I can get.
And that's one of the beautiful things about a CVT is they kind of put the engine in its most output mode and then accelerate
Very
the vehicle
easy to do, yeah. They don't have to jack with all the shifting and jumping around and stuff. So you end up with this nice, smooth, quiet, power train that can stay, like you say, in the power range. And when you're driving it, it's got a smooth ride. It's not floaty. It's not track stiff, but it's very steady. You feel very comfortable and confident in driving this vehicle.
And it's got a sporty look.
It does. That's that whole coupe styling to it.
Coupe style.
Coupe. So if you're looking for something to kind of compare it to, there's a lot of choices when you're in that compact sedan world. But you might look at the Toyota Corolla. That's comparable trim level is going to be about $25,900. You get a Mazda 3, and it's going to be up around $28,000. And the Honda Civic's going to be $28,171. So you can get into a base Elantra for a $19,650. Now, the MSRP base for the Limited that we were driving is $25,496. Now, the MSRP is tested for this vehicle, which I was very impressed to find out, is actually $26,600 for what I thought was a very value-packed vehicle that was nice and good to drive. I mean, it was a good driver.
And I think it's very good looking.
Yes, it does, particularly in that red color.
I like the logo.
And Jeff likes the logo.
We have some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news out of Los Angeles. Chris Harrison will not host the upcoming season of The Bachelorette following controversy over racially insensitive comments.
Oh, no.
And will instead be replaced by 2 former contestants.
So what? I'm not a fan. I don't watch The Bachelor.
I have no idea what you're talking
doesn't really
about.
matter to me, but thanks, Don.
Well, I was kind of making...
Was that the sound that you had? 'Cause your phone came on.
Well, that was his phone, wasn't it?
That was Don's phone. Breaking
We
news.
always get busted with our phone.
Gee
but
whiz.
Don's phone goes off. It's like, oh, it's just my phone. It's breaking
He's
news.
such a
breaking
gringo.
news.
He's such a gringo.
I'm sorry. That's breaking news.
No, it's not.
I didn't.
Who
I wouldn't
cares
even-
about
I wouldn't
Chris-
even count it as being news.
I never even heard of Chris Harrison.
I don't watch The Bachelor, so
No, I don't either.
I haven't been a bachelor
But you
over
should be on
42
that.
years.
You should be on that show, Don.
No, I should not.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
That'd be the Bachelorette.
Yeah, it would be The Bachelor. It'd be The Bachelor old school. Can you see
Or
that?
the old Bachelor.
Yeah. Sagging body parts from the nursing home. Now here's Don Armstrong.
With weather and traffic.
With weather and traffic from
doctor.
10 years ago.
Traffic doctor that needs malpractice.
We have to get to Don before Wheel of Fortune comes on because he has to go sit in front of the TV. And
Where
watch
am
Wheel of
I? What time is it?
Oh, you could be president. Why am I here? What am I signing? Never mind.
Oh, Lord. It's now
Wrong
gone
show.
off the rails, hasn't it?
Wrong show.
That's it. So we have John Metric coming up?
Almost.
Okay. So we're next half hour, we're going to do an interview with the guy with the National Electric Drag Racing Association.
Cool.
Which ought to be fun.
And his vice president is down at the Gator Nationals.
All right, very good. Maybe we'll get some inside stuff of what's going on down there. Well, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcasts, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon, and Podcast Addict. In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier cruise-in, and you're invited to join in. Whether you're a cruiser or spectator, Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and mingle with Houston's fun car people. Mark your calendar for Saturday, March 20th for Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant in Katy, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free, and everyone is invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods, all at one location. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Lupi founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 20th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be there too. Get your ride ready and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise in, March 20th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000. And we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@nwheeltime.com. If you're in charge of your company's small, medium, or large business anywhere in the U.S., let the On Hold Company help you retain customers and promote your business on your telephone system. Promote special sales or company info when placed on hold. The On Hold Company provides custom on-hold messages with professional male or female voices, licensed background music with no long-term contract, no monthly recurring bill, and updates your messages as needed. Call the On Hold Company at 713-223-HOLD or go to onhold.net.
So before we go to the opening of the next half hour with our guest, what was it that Candace said?
Candace Thackeray says, can you see Don giving a rosebud to a 70-plus-year-old lady? Absolutely, Candace. Jeff in the corner says it'll be an old wore-out dandelion.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.